Alright, I figured it's time to make a video here, seeing as that Cleo, the horse, aka Bonehead, is approaching her 2-year-old birthday, which will be on the 18th of May. Now, I've already been piddling with her, as everybody has seen in my other videos, but, after 2 is really when the training begins. Before 2, you're just brushing them and getting them used to being handled and, get them used to a bit being in their mouth, little things like that. And you don't do it every day, just every now and then. But it will intensify after she's 2. She's already grown 2 inches in the last few months that I've had her. And I think I've had her now about 7 months. Anyways, she's very 15 hands. And she'll probably top out at about 15.1, 15.2. Between the ages of 2 and 3 is when the horse's joints start to fuse together and, they gain their most strength. As soon as that I'm training her to pull a cart, there's not really going to be any weight on her back. So there's not too much weight there. And this is the time that I feed her supplements, joint supplements. I know everybody says, well, all they need is grass and hay, natural food. It's fine, and she's an easy to keep horse, so it is. But her life plan includes labor that will be harder on her joints. So by giving her, some supplements now will strengthen her joints later in life. In other words, a spoonful of prevention is better than a pound of cure, or an ounce, whatever. So right now, I've started, feeding her a little bit of MSN, not full dose, just to have that supplement in her diet. And the way I do it is I feed her alfalfa cubes, which are basically dehydrated alfalfa. Right? And I don't feed much. So I just, a big old handful of dried alfalfa cubes. The supplements I'll mix with the water. I'll put it in a quart-size jar, just a quart-size jar. Put the little bit of supplements in there and stir it up and dissolve it all into the water. Then I'll pour that in with the alfalfa cubes and let the alfalfa cubes hydrate it. That prolongs the absorption rate in her intestine. So, as it's going through, she's getting more out of the hay because it's all absorbed in, and it's just better than trying to shoot it down her mouth anyway. So, that's how I do it. And that's the reason behind it. I also, for people that want to know how I get my horse's coat so shiny, really simple. I'll put a little spoonful of, excuse me, the scanner is going off, a spoonful of olive oil in there, just a tablespoonful is all you need, and an egg yolk. And mix it, when you mix it in with the water, it turns into some slimy looking stuff, but once you mix it in with those alfalfa cubes and it sucks it all in, shiny coat, good growing hooves, and everything. So just an egg yolk, a tablespoon of olive oil, and then they eat grass the rest of the day. So that's it. That's her summertime supplement, with the MSN and glucosamine. Now, there's a bunch of other stuff with shark cartilage and all like that, but, calcium, stuff like that for her bones, she's growing. That's all included in some of these. I think this is the stuff that I use. And it's got shark cartilage, which is a fancy name for calcium. As long as they're getting the glucosamine, calcium, and the MSN, that's to help her grow with strong, healthy joints and bones. And then, I throw that egg yolk in there and a little bit of oil for that shine. Yeah, the fresh waxed. Your horse looks like it's just had a fresh coat of armor all put all over it. The egg and tablespoon of oil does that real fine. And like I say, I mix it in with the water that rehydrates the alfalfa cubes. I never feed dry alfalfa cubes because it'll all get in her stomach. And she likes the green soup. Sometimes I put a little too much water in there, and it's kind of soupy, and she seems to like it. She slurps it up, and so apparently whatever I'm feeding her makes her look good. The joint supplements will ensure that her bones and joints grow together good, and she'll be all prepared to pull my fat butt around in the cart.